Hello everyone, I'm back out on the land today. It's finally warm enough. See the old beater truck in the background? It's finally warm enough that I can go out and have a comfortable camp. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. I got a lot of gear to bring with me and bring out to the camp where I'm actually camping out at. I'm just on my first load with my pack here. Got plenty more to come. So I'm gonna start setting up camp, and I'll bring you guys along for what I think you guys need to see. And then we'll go from there. So I got back to the usual spot that I'm at. As you guys can see, this is the remnants of that shelter that I was trying to build over the winter, which I will get back to the shelter series. The issue is that the weather did not allow me to finish the certain way that I was doing this one. So I'm going to have to restart, do a whole another kind, and redo it. But you guys will get another shelter series, and this time it will get complete. So now it's time to set up our tent. I got this maybe a week ago at Walmart. $12, super cheap, on clearance. Ozark Trail, one-person tent. We're gonna set it up. So I don't have this thing set up yet, but just from laying it out and looking at some of the things, I'm gonna say this is definitely worth the $12 that I paid. I definitely think I got a deal. And one of the things that is a really small detail that I actually really appreciate is in the carry bag for the tent. They sewed the instructions to the bag so you never lose them. Really, actually, quite handy. All right, I'm starting to run out of daylight, but I got the tent set up. It was fairly easy. Let's put it this way. I've made a lot of tents, or I've set up a lot of tents that have been way harder than this was. So now let's start getting the tent set up, get all of our things inside. So it's warm, definitely warmer than it was, but it's still not extremely warm. But I brought this field line bag, and if you guys remember, I had that insulated curtain in there. I'm gonna take that and I'm going to lay it out across the floor of this tent to create some kind of a heat barrier against the ground. All right, our tarp is laid out for the most part. I know it's sloppy. I will try to redo it a little bit later. And we got one of our beds in here. We gotta start putting the rest of our stuff in here. This thing really does not look bad at all for a $12 tent. All right, I've got everything of mine piled off into this end of the tent here. It's not super organized, but I'm gonna take care of that in between this clip and the next clip that you see. But everything's in here. I still have plenty of room. I think this is gonna work out great. All right, so now that everything is in my tent and organized, I believe it's time to start making our fire, and hopefully I can get it done before daylight runs out. I'm going to be using the wood from my shelter just because I've already got quite a bit stacked up here. All right, I got a little bit of a log base set up for our fire here. I'm gonna start setting it up. That tent came with a little bit of paper and a box. Don't need that anymore, so I'm gonna use that as some of my fire starter. I have quite a few small and medium-sized branches and twigs across there that hopefully will catch from the cardboard burning underneath it. So just because it's getting pretty late tonight and I really want to get this fire going, I've got this lighter that I'm gonna use tonight rather than trying to use a ferro rod. Give this a whirl here. See if we can't get this going. I almost got it. You guys can't hardly even see it. Trying to get that flame going with a little bit of extra oxygen. It's not working so far. Let's try and catch it on video while it's still just starting here. That I did actually end up using a ferro rod with a little bit of dryer lint like I normally do. And that actually ended up being quite a bit easier. But yeah, I do have a fire started now. I'll update you in just a minute. Hopefully the rest of this wood catches. So I had to add some dry leaves and some dry grass, a couple other drier twigs, but I do have now an established fire. It did not go out since you guys saw it. I kept it going. Now now it's time to let it heat up, made some coals, and then I got a little bit of food to eat. It's starting to get pretty dark now. So what I have here to eat tonight, I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it at all, even with the light from the fire, but it's a can of tuna. And then once I've got some good coals here, I'm gonna open this can up, set it on top of the fire, and then I've got some tuna to eat. All right, I've opened up my tuna can here. I should have a good enough fire that I can set it up on here. I'm really sorry if you guys can't see a lot. I'm doing this way later than I wanted to, but I still want to record it so you guys can see everything. Let's see, where can I set this in here? I think maybe down over here. Yeah, it's close enough to the fire, so I get a lot of heat right there. All right, I'm gonna let that sit for a while. All right, I hope you guys can see me. I'm not sure, but I'm sitting inside the tent now, and I figured we'd just take a second to listen to how nice the sounds of nature are. I don't know about you guys, but that's personally something that I would never get sick of. So guys, yeah, like I was saying, I got out here a lot later than I wanted to. I didn't have as much daylight, so I'm probably going to cut some of this footage off. It's definitely not going to be as long of a video as I wanted it to be, but I hope you guys can see the footage that I've got decent enough, and I hope you guys can get the picture. I'm not going to be done for the night. There's still more that I can do in the tent. There's still going to be some more video of the fire, but yeah, guys, I hope you guys are enjoying so far. So, if you guys can see there, my tuna, the water inside the tuna is boiling, so I'm going to take it off of there, let it sit for a minute, and then we can eat. So I put a little bit of hot sauce in there. I forgot any camping utensils, but I've got this knife. I held it over the fire a little bit to sterilize it if there was anything on it. Just gonna eat with this. Hopefully you guys can see me well enough. A little bit of a taste test. Bon appetit. I said that wrong, but who cares? That's good, man. And this isn't even something that I wouldn't have in a real emergency situation if I was camping out because I had to, kind of thing. I would have this stuff with me. The hot sauce and the tuna is things that I carry in my pack. That's a good meal. Okay, so I do have a little bit of a complaint about this tent. If you guys notice, there's this mesh and then that outside cover, which that's pretty normal. Quite a few tents have that. But what is not so normal is that this outside cover has no way to be firmly attached to the tent. It is quite literally just loose on the outside, and you have it doesn't have a zipper on it. Sorry, did not mean to make you guys go black there, but it does not have a zipper on the edge of it. Does not have any way to attach it to the side of the tent. So in this colder weather, I just have cold air rushing up from the ground, coming through this mesh into the tent. I am not holding in my heat. That is quite unfortunate. I was really enjoying this tent, and I thought I made a great purchase for $12, which I still do. But I would say probably after tonight, this tent will only be used for summer camping, just because of that. Because it's letting all my heat escape. So far, that's the only drawback to this tent that I have. The only complaint. But but I'll let you guys know if there's more. Alright guys, I finished all my tuna here. It was really good. Definitely happy with that meal. Not sure if you guys can see me or not. I'm laying down here in the tent, and not sure I have too much else to show you guys. I thought I was going to do more videoing, but really, I'm not sure what else to show you guys until the morning, so I think this is probably going to be the last you guys see of me unless I do update in the middle of the night kind of thing. I might wake up and do something like that, see if the fire is still going. At the moment it is, but I'm not going to mess with it anymore. If it goes out, whatever. But if I don't do an update, I'll see you guys in the morning.